What happens when the fear of failure runs your life? And how do you finally break free from it? In today's episode, Monique opens up about growing up in Brazil with her teenage mother and grandparents, the pressure she faced to never make a mistake, and how that fear shaped her path. But her story doesn't stop there. From following a gut instinct that led her to the United States at just 22, to rediscovering her love of dance, to learning the art of self expression in relationships, Monique's journey is full of bold moves, quiet lessons, and a lot of heart. We talk about intuition, vulnerability, cultural barriers, and even the power of Zumba to help you reconnect with yourself. This conversation is equal parts raw and uplifting, and it might just make you rethink how you see your own missteps. Hey, Queen, welcome to the She Elevates podcast. I'm your host, Liz Rankin, your favorite elevation bestie who's been through it, healed from it, and came back stronger with a mission. This podcast is your safe space and soul sanctuary where we talk real about relationships, motherhood, money, mindset, and everything in between. So if you're ready to reclaim your power, reconnect your purpose, and rewrite your story, let's get into it. Monique Gomez, welcome to She Elevates podcast. I'm super excited to have you here today. I'm grateful for our friendship and everything that has become of it in this short time period. And now you're on the podcast. So how are you doing today?
Good, excited for you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here talking to you. I'm doing great. I'm very excited to continue to know you better and just get more connected. And I'm so proud of you for working on this episode with me for your first episode. So I'm very excited.
Yes, I'm so excited as well. We've got a full line of questions. Now, whether we stick to that script or not, that's no big deal. But let's jump into it. You mentioned to me that your mom had you at age 16. How do you feel that has shaped your life, your sense of identity and belonging?
That's a tough one because not only my mom had me at 16, her mom had her at 16 too. I'm a big cycle breaker, and growing up, I heard from a lot of people very inconvenient questions for a kid. They were like, "Oh, are you gonna be a mom at 16 too?" Like my teen years, like between 15 and 18, I had a lot waiting on my mind. I always would feel like, okay, I cannot mess anything up. Like start getting, maybe this is TMI, but it's start getting intimate, like very late after that period, just to be sure. Cause like I
Yeah.
would break this cycle.
Wow.
I would choose. So since very little, I had to be explaining things for people, explaining who my grandma was very young. She knew my mom. She was 32 when I was born. It was a lot of pressure coming from everywhere. And I really felt that people were waiting for me to make a mistake. And so I grew up very afraid of making mistakes and trying to get it on the first go. And yeah, that's how it shaped me and really hurted me for a long time.
Yeah, that's a lot to unpack. Thank you for being vulnerable. It's a lot of pressure put on you at such a young age. Even before you were 16, you heard this constantly over and over.
Yeah.
It was built into your subconscious, the way that you were raised, what you saw, what you knew. And of course, as we become adults, we go with what is familiar to us, right? So we just repeat those patterns, and not any fault of your mother or grandmother. It just happened, and that's how it played out for them. But you said, this is not how it's going to play out for me in my life. So proud of you for that. And it's a huge milestone. And now you're this awesome woman who is doing some big things. Tell me what your life looks like today.
Today, my life is very busy. I've been living in the US for almost 7 years this month, August. and I'm married. I have a bonus daughter. She's 9. I have a 9 to 5 job. I work for 2 different clubs teaching Zumba classes and
Yeah. Where we met.
I've been doing a lot of expression projects. I take a lot of dance classes. Like when I'm not teaching, I'm always
Okay.
working to be learning from other instructors. I really enjoy having different experiences of watching how people move their bodies because I feel like movement is a very powerful thing. And all of us have the singular way of moving, which I think is fantastic. When I'm on stage teaching, I am very excited when people just feel it and do their thing. I never want
Yeah.
you to come to my class and just copy me. I can definitely teach you the move and the step that we are doing, but you're going to do with your own style, your own sauce, like everything else that we do. So,
That's beautiful. Move so flawlessly. We all just want to move like you, Monique. We're like, oh my God, how is she doing that? She's just flowing, she's grooving. You're always smiling, and you just bring such great energy every time we have class. And I love you for that. That's really
well,
what
I
connected
love
us.
when you're there because there is really a way that dancers connect that is not, we cannot put into words. It's very beautiful. I was in a dance class last night. It was an instructor that came from Rio de Janeiro. So he's been here doing a tour in the US. So I went to DC and took a class with him. I was there for 2 classes actually. So I met like a few ladies there that instantly we take something very little happen during class. We just get in sync and that's it. Boom. We are friends forever now. So it's
Yeah.
very beautiful when that
Oh,
happens. And I love to be
seriously.
out there making that happen, like giving the opportunity for that to happen.
Yes.
'Cause that's how I learned that I can connect with my people here. I struggled for a while. Like my first few years were tough here, but now I'm
Yeah.
very comfortable. So my life now is very, it's everything I want it to be, which I
Oh,
never thought I would say that, but that's how I feel right now. It's great. It's everything I wanted.
that is so beautiful. I love that for you. And you're absolutely right. When dancers get together, whether it's in class or out and about, there's just some kind of connection that I was like, maybe I can't describe it because I've only been dancing for 5 years, but yeah, it's just something in the spark, the eye connection, the way that we move, the way that we just don't care what other people think when we are moving in our body and we take control of the dance as if nobody's watching. And we all know that and we feel that. That's really what expression through dance is all about. And you really tune into that, and I can see it. And let's talk about the one video I recorded of you.
Right now.
You said that you felt like it was your inner child speaking to
Yeah.
you, and you got to dance and smile. So take us through that moment.
I feel like throughout my whole life, every time that I'm dancing is the time that I am 100% me. And sometimes, if I know that I am being recorded, maybe I am like my head is in 2 ways. I am dancing, but I know like I'm worried if I am right on my phone, if the video will be good. So when you send me that video, I watched and I honestly did not see the 29-year-old woman that I am today. I saw that 7-year-old because that song, the album came out in 2002. And I used to dance in the garage. I would put in my dad's car, like the CD, and I would have my friends around. Like we would be in the garage dancing barefoot. This is the power of reconnecting with things that bring us joy. When I watch it, that video is okay, this is the girl that I wanted to be, and I have her back. That's how I felt. So that video, that 1 minute video that you took, maybe was the trophy that I needed, like
Oh,
where I am right now on my journey. It really
that's so
impacted
beautiful.
me.
Oh, I'm grateful for that. And
Grateful for
it
you.
thank you. It's just beautiful. I really love to captivate those moments. So I'm the girl in the class that loves to dance, but I also like to pull out my phone and then be like, I'm going to send this to her later. She doesn't know what's happening. And I've gotten in trouble for recording a class before, but I'm like, no, it's a gift. I'm giving this to the
Yeah.
woman who is dancing or male who is dancing on the phone. And I share it because even when I'm like in a bad mood or having a hard time, I will pick up my phone and I go back to those videos. Those videos make me so happy. They're so fulfilling. I also practice your
Oh my
choreography,
gosh.
like
Yeah, let's talk
in my
about
room.
your video dancing, my choreo. Because
Yeah.
that was fantastic. I loved it. I was like, oh my gosh, it's my choreo. She's rocking it. Like it came
Thank
out
you.
of my head.
You
Because
built that.
for those who don't know, Zumba is a like style that we instructors we do have songs and choreos available for us to learn from them, but all
Mhm.
of us bring our own style, our own songs. So we have a pattern, but we mix our own style on it. So
Yeah.
it was only like in January before I start working a Lifetime. I was tipsy about how people would receive me because my class we have a lot of hips movement. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So for some people it might be a little scary, just whoa, what are you doing? That's not what I
Yeah.
signed up for a
Right.
long time. I was always with that in the back of my mind, and that did not allow me to just go and dance, to just have that moment that
Yeah.
you took a video of. So when I started like putting my own choreo in my own songs, I really felt like people were connecting more. So watching that video of you dancing that choreo, and it just, I loved it. I loved it. Like warm
Uh,
heart. Yes.
that's so fulfilling to hear. I'm glad we both got to share those moments back and forth, vice versa. You watching you dance to your music, me dancing to your choreography. It's just such great energy, good moments to share and us to reflect on in the future as we age and look back at these like transformational moments that really allowed us to reflect back on where we've came from and where we've gotten today, which is what we need to do to grow and build and to really accept who we are. So it's beautiful to have those moments and get to share those with you,
Yeah.
Monique. I love it.
Sounds
Absolutely love
beautiful.
it.
I am looking forward for the next one.
Oh, yeah, they're coming. Let's talk a little bit about your journey. Where did you grow up? What was childhood like for you? And where do those struggles come about? Those struggles of dealing with abandonment or feeling like you have to over explain yourself?
Yeah. So I was born and raised in Dayatuba, São Paulo. It's a city like an hour and a half from São Paulo, the big city. My family, like my grandma came from the south of the country. My dad came from Minas Gerais, and like their parents already came from a very rural part of the country.
Hmm.
Well, everything was very simple. I watched them build everything they had from scratch. I have family pictures of our house that the walls were still the blocks. It was not even done. And just
Oh,
my
wow.
dad telling us, oh, I built this and I worked on this. So things were very simple, but we always had the structure of a beautiful home with our own struggles, backing it up a little bit. So my mom used to live with her mom, her stepdad, and her brother, 5 years younger. And she got pregnant and I joined the
Hmm.
family. So when I was around 2.5, and she was probably over 18, she decided to move away from my grandma's house. And back then, my grandma was like, okay, you're not taking my baby. I became my grandma's baby. I don't think she wanted neither of us to go, but she's like, you're not taking our baby. So my mom went and she had her experiences and I stayed. So I have a lot of hurtful memories. Looking back, it was just lack of information because I feel like sometimes we don't understand what is going on around us. And
Yeah.
as adults, I understand now that we try to preserve our kids and just keep them peaceful. Like we don't bring worries to them. But back then, I didn't see people were trying to preserve me.
Yeah.
Was hurting. I didn't have information. I wish I was with my mom more often. But then I didn't want to leave my grandparents because they raised me. I call my step granddad, like in logistics, that's his formal title, but I call
Yeah.
him dad. Like he is
Oh,
my dad because my uncle, that is 5 years older than me, we were raised together. So he's my brother. And he was like, oh, dad. So
yeah.
he's my dad.
So,
So I
yeah.
have my biological dad story too. Like it was a struggle for a little bit too, because back in Brazil, there's this law I didn't even know, but there's this law when a kid don't have their father's name on their certificate, they can reach out. They try to find this person to have this documentation and to bring them together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I remember at the age of 10, called on in school the principal's office, and I was like, what did I do? Because I was the AA student. So
Yeah.
am I
Right.
doing here? And they
Uh,
were asking me, do you want us like to reach out and try to find your dad? I was
yeah.
10, but I was like, no, I already have a dad. I don't need another person. But
Wow. Wow.
so the funny story about this is that I was part of a beauty contest, maybe 2016. And then his mom wanted to reach out to me because she was towards the end of her life. And then I was
Mm.
like, I am not going. I
Mm.
am 18 years old and you had your whole life to come after
To
me.
reach out.
Yeah. And I'm not going to see somebody that I barely know suffering. I'm not doing that. So
I can't
those were
imagine.
moments where I was like, oh, I have the power. I can say no. Those are
Oh,
big
wow.
moments for me. But I saw him once the day that I was going to Sao Paulo to get my visa to come here. I saw him
Mm.
on a bus station. And I honestly feel like maybe it was my fareway from him, even though we never really met in
Yeah.
person, but he just passed across me. That was a
No
crazy
way.
feeling. But yeah, growing up
Wow.
was hard to deal with the abandonment of my mom and the
Mm.
understanding of my biological dad. But I always had my parents, my grandma and my dad. I always had them. It was a little awkward sometimes to explain that I would call her Va, that is grandma, and him,
Yeah.
I, that is dad. Like,
Yeah.
why are they together? That was like, I think that's where the over explanation come from because I was
Yeah.
always telling people what is what because they would make assumptions. And I was like, no, this is not what it looks like. It's not
Yeah.
that bad.
Oh,
Thank you
yeah.
very much.
I can imagine society looking out from their viewpoint and putting that pressure on you and always having to over-explain. You're used to having to over-explain. So you've done it your full life. It's
Mhm.
super hard to undo that. As an adult, you have to relearn and rewire those thought patterns and how you react in just like an instant. You don't have that long to react and you're like, it's subconsciously there. You're used to doing it that way. That must have been very difficult to untrain and unlearn and reconditioned what you've gone
Right.
through.
I
Yeah.
feel like the training came when I got married because not only we have different cultures, we speak different languages, and sometimes what I'm saying is not what he's hearing. I heard
Mhm.
her, and I would do a lot of self-explaining, a lot. And well, we've been doing individual therapy for a while. We are in our
That's great.
individual journey, and we also do couples therapy, um, which I'm very grateful for our therapist. She's great. This is gonna be her last year of her career, so yeah, I'm gonna have to
Oh,
prepare. But very thankful for her. And actually, last session, I loved it because I was saying one thing and he wasn't understanding that. So I just stayed
yeah.
quiet the rest of the time. And she started explaining it for me. That's what she's saying. And that feeling was
Oh,
really good because I was like, you know what? Sometimes I don't have to say anything. Somebody else will get my back. I don't have to talk about it. So
yeah.
I
So
feel
great.
healed from this self-explanation, but it took a lot of training. But my marriage is the one that set me free from
Wow.
this disease that I was dealing with.
Wow. That's beautiful. I love that for you. You've been through so much that you've overcome. I really appreciate you opening up and sharing that journey. All of our listeners, it's going to have such an impact. It's even impacting me right now just to hear what you've been through. And number one, you're stepping into your authentic self, which you're owning it. It is your story, it's part of who you are and who made this fabulous woman today. It's all because of what you've gone through. And you've really taken like the negative and turned it around to something positive. And that could be really hard for a lot of people. Some people just live in this negative state, this pity party for the rest of their lives, never turning it around. And what a beautiful thing for you to do that. And then I think about you were 18 when you learned to say no. That's fantastic. I still struggle. And just as women in general, we struggle to say no. Or I've always had this people pleaser mentality, not even consciously, but subconsciously. I'm just like, I got to say yes, or I'm going to lose a friendship. I got to say yes, or I'm not going to be invited to another event when we feed ourselves these stories that aren't even true. So I really relate to that.
And one of the things that you mentioned on your first episode is very true, that we are the result of who we surround ourselves with. And that was definitely the turning point for me, because I've realized lately that I have a few relationships in my life that are long lasting. I have my friend that I met when I was 5. We're still in close contact. I have Isabella, and we've been friends for
I
5 years.
love Isabella.
Yeah. So these friendships are the ones that I've been the most honest about, when I was just being like, this is my situation right now, and just sharing what was going on with me, or sharing time together. So every other relationship that I had to perform a little bit in,
Mm.
that way I say the people pleasing or the giving and not taking. So when things were imbalanced, it didn't last, but I would blame myself a lot. Like, why? What else can I do to
Ooh.
keep this person around? And I don't feel the need of doing that anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as I'm doing what I want to do, I will find people who are on the same situation. And that's enough.
It's so true. It's so true. You said that perfectly. Like the people that are not supposed to be in your life will fall off when you're being authentic to yourself. And it's takes so much energy to try to keep them around when the universe is like, they're not supposed to be in your circle. You need to let it go, let it flow, let life unfold as it should be. You're taking a path, a journey that you're on, and you're like trying to nudge these obstacles in when they're not supposed to be there in the first place.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful.
Why do we bring the obstacles sometimes, right? I was in her dance class last night, and the instructor was like, that's not what I'm doing. Why are you going so fast? Slow it down. Like, I am doing it slow. You guys
Yeah.
are rushing it. So sometimes we do have the tendency of just, okay, let me get this done. It's over. And we
Yeah.
shouldn't.
I've got my chihuahuas here. I'm going to put them outside because they want to fight. They've humped in my videos before. So I think I'm going to put them out
Okay.
for a second, just in case they jump in. Come on, waste. Follow me. Come on, Midnight. Let's go. Shoot up my microphone. Another thing that came up for me, Monique, was I have 4 daughters, and the oldest is 10, which all the time I battle, they don't have their biological father in their life. So I left when my youngest, who is 6.5, almost 5 years ago. Actually, next week will be like the anniversary of me setting boundaries and being like, no, this is it. 5 years ago, I left. And for the longest time, I did battle. How am I going to raise them as a single mom? Where am I going to find those male role models, the positive ones, to influence their life? I felt an obligation to like try to keep him in their lives. Let me just because he was very toxic. So I was like, if I can just let them see a glimpse of the healthy version and just have snippets of their dad, like I thought that was doing them good. When you say relationships like really change you, like, I don't know, I was holding on to like his medals from the military, his vest from the military, all of these things that they would be proud to have a father like that. And someone told me, like, why do you want your daughters to see him as this amazing guy who achieved all this greatness and then he's not showing up for them? And I was like, oh my
Mhm.
God, what am I doing? And that was like a pivotal moment in my life where I was like, I grabbed all of his shit and just threw it in a dumpster. I was like, I am not holding on to this. The photos have to go. Cause now it's been 5 years and there has been no hearing from him. He's got my number. He's got my email address. Like he can reach out if he wanted to.
Mhm.
There's family members that can reach out if they want to. And it's like that whole family, the whole side of it, just sided with him, which is fine. I've done the healing and I'm good, but it does make me wonder, like, what will come up for them in their future? How do they feel about it? But moving forward, like my partner now, DeAndre, has really changed my life drastically and for the better. And they get to see that positive male role model. So when we're talking about forcing a round peg in a square hole, like I kept trying to force that relationship that wasn't even meant to be for the longest time. And now that I'm not forcing anything, like everything is really flowing. It was really hard because I also had toxic patterns and beliefs about myself and how relationships were supposed to look. And I felt unworthy for the longest time of finding like a really good person to love me because never had that before. So it was hard at first to date like a good quality man. I will say that. It's like I kept bringing up stuff from my past that made it seem like he was doing wrong when he
Mhm.
never was. Like he's a super nice guy, but there's all these false beliefs and these perceptions I had about what a relationship should look like when I was wrong for the longest time. But the healing journey is beautiful. We rise above, we grow together. You've got a therapist. I also had a therapist, and it's really helped me to work through those difficult times. So I love to see that although our paths are not exact, like the more that we talk and share and unfold these things, like how we can really help each other as
Yeah.
women and sharing our stories.
We do have similar patterns. They show up in different ways, but I feel like
Yeah.
that's what connects us because I think you're so right. We all have the power to choose, and you can choose for yourself, but you cannot choose for him. Like it's
Yeah.
his loss that he's not around us 4 fabulous girls that you have. Every time that
Seriously.
I see you with them, it's like every time that I enter the locker room and all of them are together, getting ready to go to the pool with you, my heart just drops because
Oh.
it was such a beautiful scene. And like you're whole
Oh.
on your own. And I'm so happy your partner is there with you. And trust me, from experience, they are better off and they're going to love him the way that he deserves to be loved. And whoever chooses to be away, stay away. We don't
Yeah.
need you here. We'll
Yeah.
find more people. And this is the phrase that I've been holding on to this mantra for the past couple of months that I don't even know everyone that will love me in life yet. And they are so young. They will have a lot of relationships that will fulfill her. So kudos to you for
Yeah.
being so brave and saying enough is enough because it's so hard to do that. It's so hard to
Yeah.
wake up one day and say, you know what? I deserve better than this. Bye. So it's the best lesson that they can have from you.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that mantra because I get excited about, wow, I've grown this much in this amount of time. What is going to unpack? So that's beautiful to say, like a lot of the people that phrase it for us again, Monique, because that was like,
So
that was so perfect.
I haven't met everyone that will love me in my life yet. I
Oh
have a
my
lot
God.
of love to meet.
I love that.
A
That's
lot.
So great.
Yeah, for example, 3 years ago, I didn't have my dog is the word to me. I get home and like the first thing, Logan, and just instantly. So in this love, it did not exist 3 years ago. There was a
Mm,
lot of pain, a lot of my heartbroken 3 years ago. And then he came and he fixed it by
yeah.
loving at me. That's it. So
Oh,
more people will come, more pets, more love.
yeah. Yeah. I love that. And I feel like there's even times where there's like resistance at first. There's no, I don't need this person or this person said this and we take it the wrong way, but they didn't mean that. Like even in therapy with your husband, oh, you feel this way. And the therapist is, no, she's saying this. Like, why are you, we take these things and we
Yeah.
misconstrue them. And even my dogs, it's crazy because I wasn't first I wanted to be a veterinarian when I was younger, but I don't there was this pull away from pets and animals. I think it's because my ex hated animals so badly. And 15 years
Red
of like,
flag.
I know, right? That should have been the first thing. Like I wanted to number one, I wanted to be a veterinarian since I was a little kid. So there's something there that I just love animals. What after 15 years of being like hearing that from him, I never wanted a dog. I didn't want any pets. And it's crazy to me, like, just surrounding yourself with that will make you start to believe it. And now that I'm away from that, the first thing I did with my kids when we found peace and we got settled after the divorce was pets. Like, we got pets. I got 2 bunnies and 2 guinea pigs, and because my kids were small, and we always had pets as a kid. So I was like, "These are the memories I want for them," and I've been ignoring this. It was like I was denying it for so long because I also couldn't have it in the household with him
Yeah.
because he just refused, and even when I got our chihuahuas, we've only had them for a year and a half now. I resisted them at first. I was like, ew, you're going to slobber. Ew, you're going to make a mess. Oh, you stink. All of these things that I hadn't done from
Not
what
in
he
your
had told
belief.
me. Yeah. And now I'm just like, oh, they're adorable. They know us. Like they can read us. They know how we're feeling. They greet us at the door. And I'm just like, wait, there's something more to pets, animals that we don't even acknowledge, we don't know, like, yours was a source of helping you heal,
Yeah.
and that's so powerful.
I feel like Logan is an example of I had a lot of love to give and I was pouring it into the wrong vessels. So I was really aiming to have friendships, relationships, like my marriage. I already had my marriage, but life is not only one side. Like you want to have your career, you want to have your friends.
Yeah.
So once we got Logan, it really changed how my sense of worth too. It's like I'm
Oh,
capable of loving this much. I care this much, and I train my dog, and there are some tricks that I teach him. To me, every time that there is a physical, like when he's physical and when I can touch and see, to
yeah,
me, he has a way to look what I can do. I
yeah,
can do this. I can take care and I can love. So there will be more love to come, more friends, more family.
yeah. I'm super thrilled for that, and we get to do it on this journey together, which is, like, the best thing ever.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, I love it. Like, how do you go from across the world to land in my neighborhood, Monique? It's the best
Can
thing
you believe
ever.
it?
Yeah.
No, I am, but this is funny. And I'm going to talk about intuition a little bit because
Ooh, you're perfect because that's where we were going.
I do
See how
not.
aligned we are?
We are so aligned. Yes. And it's going to continue to be like that because we're on this journey. We have a lot of plans. We have houses to buy. There's a
Yeah,
lot.
absolutely.
But it's funny because when I was, and I did not remember then, a few friends told me when I moved here. When I was 15, I used to say, my husband is in the United States.
Oh,
I didn't have a passport. I barely left the state. Nobody traveled around me internationally. I had no contact with no clue, nothing. But that's the belief I had.
oh my gosh.
And I landed here and I was so right because when I met my husband, Evan, I was just, there are a lot of little things that called on my attention to be where I am.
Yeah.
So that's where it started. I started doing English classes. I was 11. So then around like
Mm.
my teen years, I didn't have any little boyfriend because I was like, no, my husband is away, not available for you. So
Yes.
when I ended up a contract, it was an internship. I used to work at John Deere. They had a financial bank back in Brazil.
Okay.
So I was working there. When the contract was over, I was like, if I don't go now,
Yeah.
I'm 22. I was like, I gotta go. I met a girl that she was my English teacher maybe 10 years before,
Okay.
and she was an au pair. So I saw that she was here. So I contacted her and asked, like, how did you do it? Where did you go? So I went
Yeah.
to this agency, signed up. I remember my mom took me because she used to work, it was in a town, like the neighbor town. She took me and I got there and I signed up and was like, that's it, I'm doing it. And I remember coming back in the car and she was like, I didn't know you were going to do it today. She was so impressed. I was like,
Oh, what?
so determined. Like, I did not know. It's like, I am doing this. That was
Wow.
February. And then
Yeah.
in August, I was here. I was,
Wow.
it's like a Tinder. You're there, the families are there. So you see if you're a good match.
Yeah.
So I was online for 3 days and I had, I think, 7 families that wanted to.
Oh,
It was a
wow.
lot. The girl said that,
Fantastic.
yes, my first family that got in my profile, there was just something about them. It was the boys. I'm a big Beyonce fan. So for some people, this will be silly, but one of the boys' name is Carter.
Oh,
He was about to turn 4, and the other boy was about to turn 6 when I was going to arrive. So something was just telling me this is it. For some reason, Carter was the hit for me.
yeah.
This is
Yeah.
the family. I remember at the time they didn't have, because there are a few things that the family can offer. I remember they didn't have a car to offer, and the girls are always like, you need to have a car in Maryland. And I was like, I'm just going. I'm going. And
Yeah. I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. So I accepted the family. I decided that I was going to go through my closet. So I got all my clothes and whatever fitted in my suitcase, I brought it. I brought a big suitcase, a small one in a backpack. That's it. All
Yeah.
the rest of my clothes I sold, and what I couldn't sell, I donated. I was like, I was ready to be a new person because in my
Oh my
mind,
gosh.
in a year, when I come back, I'm not going to own this clothes anymore. I'm not. So
Yeah.
I cleaned up everything, but I thought I would be back in a year, which
Oh.
didn't happen. In 30 days, I met my husband in Montgomery Mall. At the
Oh my gosh.
it never happened. So following the urge of like act,
Yeah.
make the move. So that was
Yeah.
really the biggest intuition following I ever had at this point.
Oh, for sure.
It was big.
Wow. Yeah. Our gut does not lie to us.
Mhm.
It told you what you needed to do and how scary it is for you to take that massive action with all the unknowns. You didn't know that things were going to work
Yeah.
out, that your life would become this beautiful, that you'd meet your husband within 30 days. Like, just think, going off, like, today's August the 7th. If somebody listening to She Elevates podcast, they made a drastic move by
Mhm.
September the 7th, what their life could look like. It's
Oh,
wild.
it is wild. It could look like you are worth it and you're worth the time and you're worth the chance and there is no coming back from anything. So this mentality of everything that we have now is what we'll have forever is just an illusion. So in 30 days, your life could be taking a total different path that you don't even imagine. I couldn't imagine where my brave moment would take me. A lot can change in 30 days. Yeah.
And you took that leap, and that's beautiful. Yeah.
With 7 years, I am a whole different person. It's funny because yesterday I saw a memory from my Instagram. I posted a story. It was just a selfie with my hair very long. And that was
Mm.
probably the last haircut I had in Brazil before I came here. I look at the pictures, oh my gosh, that was me. I look like a baby. And I'm sure that in 7 years, when I look at myself today, I'm gonna
Yeah.
feel the same. So let's just go for what we want.
Yeah. You're definitely reflecting on that little girl. You're holding her. You're telling her it's going to be okay when you look at those photos. And now you know
That
what it has become. You know it's only going to get better because you're putting your brave, badass self
yeah.
first and
The more
foremost.
we make mistakes and the more we put ourselves out there, the more chances we have to succeed.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's so true. People get stuck because they don't want to make those mistakes. They don't want to look bad. They don't want to put themselves out there.
Yeah.
They don't want to be judged like that. And it doesn't even matter what country because you felt that too. Like it just the whole world. There's so much pressure to look a certain way, act a certain way, and not be your true self. When what kind of life is that? That's just a sad, miserable life you're living for other people.
And what is the point of always being good at everything? What is the fun? Not
I
learning
love
anything.
that. No fun in
No,
doing everything right.
no. And then again, I get back to the dance class last night. We laughed so hard because we had no idea what we were doing for a lot of the times. And that bonded us. Is that thing like
Wow.
what I'm going through, other people can be going through too. And then if we just make, just let it be know that you're going through such and
Yeah.
you're gonna get there and you're gonna make your mistakes and you're gonna have bad days. Not every day you're gonna be looking flawless and fabulous.
Yeah.
Unless you're dancing in my class, because you're always fabulous.
I have my moments. I go home and I'm like, it's late. I'm tired. Will the kids just go to bed? I have podcasts to edit and this and that. So I'm definitely, my dog ate my microphone. Like I have my
Yes.
moments, but I'm learning to flip. This is actually hilarious. Like 2 minutes before getting on a call to record a podcast. Not only this, my daughter's nose starts bleeding. So I put Monique on hold for 10 minutes. Like, looking back, no, it's not funny that she has a nosebleed, but it's like life will throw stuff at you. Like maybe there was something where it was like, no, we're not ready yet. The universe is not ready for this message. We need to breathe a little bit more, get focused, get set on the message that we're delivering today, which has been truly awesome. Like so many great gems that you've shared with us today, Monique. I love it. Thanks for being vulnerable.
Oh, yeah. Anytime. If you need, this is something that I say, if people need to talk about feelings, I'm always up to talk about feelings. I don't know why. Maybe this is one of my strongest suits. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to connect with true people such as you.
Yeah.
You're very truthful and like irradiates. You can't deny it. Yeah. When
Thanks.
seeing people and seeing women, especially women that just
Mm.
are out there, like I'm gonna do my thing. And I'm here. If you're up to it, let's vibe. If you're not, do your thing over there.
Yeah. It's so true. Yeah, and it took me a lot of work to get here. I was definitely introverted, definitely stuck to myself in a shell. All my friends, I was isolated because of the relationship, but then that was like all that I knew. I was just this person behind a screen. Like I could do stuff online, but I was scared to like get out there. The first couple times I just told myself, I was like, I'm gonna go out by myself and see what happens. I don't even care if no one's coming along for the ride. I'm just gonna go and flow with it. And those times are like super, super scary. Eating by yourself at a restaurant. Take yourself out for lunch. Just you, yourself, and then going out dancing by myself. And then it just flowed naturally over time. You keep doing it. Man, I had the most fun time. Just acting a fool, being goofy. Like you said, why there's no fun in being perfect. I think that's now my quote to live by. I think of like my kids and it's, oh, I have to catch. We go out to the stream and they have their nets and they're like, we have to catch the fish or the crawfish. What's funnier is when you mess up and you fall in the creek and
Mhm,
you're
mhm.
soaked and
Yeah.
things don't go
You're
perfect.
not expecting that. So it's just a core memory. That's it. I feel like
Yeah.
as we're going along and just unexpected things become our core memories. So we can plan on those.
Oh, you cannot plan on it. That's absolutely true. So tell us what is in store for Monique in the
Ooh.
upcoming weeks, months, years. What is your life looking like? What are you working on? Anything exciting?
So my life is looking like a lot of all over the place, but
Perfect.
mainly dancing, always dancing. You can catch me at Light Parade in a Rock Creek Sports Club. I'm there with my crew. We are always having a good time and also releasing trauma because I don't know if you know that, but trauma is stored in our hips. So, yeah, mostly of the class, when people arrive, we're a little bit shy and cranky, but when we're done, okay, you're ready. You're ready for whatever you had to face. So just go. You did your
Wow.
part. But also, besides the dancing, I am always on Spotify as well. I have my own podcast that I've been working
Yes.
on this past couple of years, slowly but surely. I'll continue. As I mentioned to you, it's for fun. For a long time, I was putting a lot of weight on myself and it wasn't fun. So
Yeah.
now I just come up with a subject and I connect with my friends and we're expanding. It's funny when I see on Spotify how many countries people like listen because
Yeah.
I am bilingual. So I have a lot of friends all over. So that possibility of people from, I had somebody from Mozambique like listening to me. I know nobody from there, but I know they speak
Wow.
Portuguese. So how did that get there? So see, like when we continue to do stuff that we
Wow.
want to do, that we should do, feel in our gut that we should do, always good things come out of it.
Many good things. Just, oh my gosh, I just think of the one person that we impact. And then now you're seeing like the ripple effect of your impact. And yes, it takes time, but you're having fun with it. You're not putting too much pressure on yourself. You're just flowing, vibing, and over time, it's just going to open up so much more for you, your life. It's freaking fulfilling as heck to just be able to share and talk to other people who can relate.
Yeah.
I love
But I
it.
feel like the top one that is going on in my life right now is I'm doing things for myself. So if you see me around, just know that I am caring for myself. So I'm not over there worrying or trying to impress other people.
Yes.
Sometimes when we are doing things for ourselves, that's what people that are not doing the same judges. A lot of self lately, and I love it. I love to put myself in the center of my universe. And
Yes. It's well needed because if you're not taking care of you,
who
what can
will?
you offer anyone else? Yeah. And who will? Right.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I love that for you, Monique. That's
Mhm.
perfect. You know how to set boundaries. You're not this people pleaser walking around saying yes to everything. It's just what we all need to do and take care of ourselves and put ourselves first. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Every woman needs to do that. We've ignored it for way too long, and it's 2025. We need to wake up and put ourselves first forever, right?
Yeah.
It never ends.
You
So,
continue to, as we do that, other people will continue to see and do that for themselves too. We are
yeah.
on a mission here.
Yeah, and it's happening. It's 100% happening. Monique, we're getting to the end here, but I always ask the guests of She Elevates podcast if you can leave the listeners of She Elevates with one piece of advice or a
Mhm.
snippet or something impactful that they can take away today, what would you want to leave them with?
My saying is always movement is life. However, this movement looks to you, it is taking a big chance or just going out for a tea later today. Just move around, go do what you got to do because that's where life's at. It's not when we settle, it's when we move around and make it happen.
Wow, I love that. That's a lot to leave with. And I want everybody to close down this podcast and now take action exactly how Monique has described it. That's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, Lynn. I really appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. I love you so much.
Love you.
Our listeners love you. Everybody, give Monique the biggest round of applause. She did awesome. I really appreciate you. I'm going to leave all of your socials, all of your links in the description so people can follow you. And you're going to have more listeners where you're like, wait, where do these people come from?
Yes. Thank
So
you.
that's
We're gonna create
great.
expand our community.
Absolutely. It's so important.
Yeah.
All right, Monique, you have a fabulous day.
Thank you. You
Love you,
too.
girly.
I love
Bye.
you.
I created something powerful for the woman who's tired of playing small. If you're done surviving and you're ready to rise, this is for you. It's called the She Elevates Blueprint, a 7-day transformational guide to help you reclaim your power, reset your mindset, and redesign your life from the inside out. We're talking confidence, clarity, boundaries, money, love, healing, purpose, every area of your life. Each day, you'll get a journal prompt, an aligned action, an affirmation, and a voice note from me, yours truly. So it feels like I'm right there cheering you on. You're going to feel seen. You're going to feel grounded. And by day 7, you won't even recognize you. If you've been waiting for a sign to elevate your life, this is it. Tap the link, download your free copy of the She Elevates Blueprint, and let's step into your next level together. You're not alone. You're not broken. You're becoming. Let's rise, my queen. Thank you for tuning in to the She Elevates podcast. I hope today's episode poured into you, reminded you of your power, and gave you something to take with you on this journey of elevation. Share it with a friend, your sister, your tribe, because when one of us rises, we all rise. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you're feeling generous, leave a review. It helps more women find this movement and step into their highest self. Want more? Come hang with me over on Instagram at Liz Rankin Elevates, or join our free She Elevates community on Facebook, where we heal, grow, and glow together. Until next time, remember this: you're not behind, you're not broken, you're becoming. Keep rising, queen. Your next level is already calling.